You are welcome to Development of Science Teaching Materials. I am your course facilitator, Nihad Goni. This is Unit 3, termed Improvisation of Science Teaching Resources. In this unit, we shall look at improvisation of science teaching resources, the guiding principles of improvisation, and the roles of students, school authorities, and the government in improvisation. We begin with Session 1, titled Improvisation of Science Teaching Resources. In this session, we shall look at the improvisation of science teaching resources. All science teachers need to have the skill of improvising science teaching resources because not all the standard science equipment may be available all the time for us to use for our lessons. By the end of this session, you should be able to 1. Define improvisation of science teaching resource and state at least 5 advantages of improvising science teaching resources. What is meant by improvisation of science teaching resource? It is defined as the preparation and use of low-cost, readily available materials in the locality, suitable enough to make teaching and learning of science meaningful to students. It is the process of replacing a standard science object with another object of similar characteristics. The only difference is that this other object is made from readily available materials in the locality. Let us now consider some importance of improvisation of science teaching resources. 1. It is a way of minimizing costs of equipment. A lot of different equipment are needed for science practice. In their absence, does a teacher stop the lesson entirely? And so improvisation makes a way for the teacher to acquire the equipment at low cost by using materials that is easily available in the locality. Also, it is an inexpensive method for widening the scope of inquiry. During the improvisation process, the individual's mind is opened up to find out the necessary materials that are available in his locality, which might be useful for the functions that the equipment also. This opens up the scope of inquiry, which is very good for a science student. Also, it leads to the development of necessary science skills, process skills, attitudinal, and practical skills needed for students to function effectively in the society as science. As aspiring science, students should continue to develop their process skills, their science skills, attitudinal and practical skills. The skills needed for scientists to progress include observation, deduction, analysis, solving problems, formulating hypotheses, among others. Improvisation provides an opportunity for all these skills to be developed. This will help the individual to function well in the society as aspiring scientists. Also, improvisation enables teachers to think and research for cheaper, better, and faster methods of making the teaching learning process easier for learners, which promotes creativity and self-reliance. A teacher conducting an improvisation must learn a lot, research a lot to look for the uses and the properties of the materials that are easily available in its environment. This keeps the thoughts of the teacher open and fast for thinking, and then helps it to make better decisions for teaching and learning. This inculcates in the teacher the spirit of creativity and also relying entirely on him or herself for a better delivery of his lesson. Another importance of science teaching resource is that it provides a cognitive bridge to lead learners from abstraction to acquaintance with reality. When an individual goes through an improvisation of a material, it helps him to know that science is not in abstraction, but it is a reality. It shows that the concepts that are learned in the class, the theories learned are not in abstraction, but actually they can come out in reality. And so, improvisation provides a cognitive bridge into reality from abstraction. It also encourages involvement of teachers in curriculum design. Designing materials for teaching and learning using simple available materials in the locality places the teachers involved in carrying out the content that has been designed for teaching in the school. Improvisation allows for effective lesson planning from objectives to evaluation. During the improvisation process, the teacher thinks critically about how to use the improvised material from the start of the lesson to the finish. And so, it will help the teacher effectively plan the lesson very well. It also encourages participation in the process of learning. Improvisation is not only a teacher work. Sometimes the students or learners are widely involved in the process, and as they are, it will encourage them participating in the process of acquiring knowledge for them. During improvisation, learning becomes real and immediate because utilizing improvised instructional materials stress on understanding and practical activities. And so, the understanding of the concept in the class and undergoing the practical activities makes learning real to the learner and also immediate because it easily utilizes the knowledge gained in the class for the improvisation process. Another importance of improvisation is that improvised instructional materials utilization makes access to science education more equal and plentiful for all learners, since improvised materials can be moved to any place. And so, improvisation helps access to materials, to science equipment easy. A few questions for us to try our hands on in this session. 1. Define improvisation. 2. State 5 advantages for improvising science teaching resource. We have come to the end of this session. In this session, we were introduced to improvisation of science teaching materials. We learned that it is a process of preparing science equipment from available materials that are low cost in the society and which will help us to make teaching and learning easy. Numerous importance of improvisation was looked at. Thank you and see you in my next session. Bye.